I grew up in a small community with a bunch of blue collar workers. I looked at them and I thought, okay, I can see the pattern here where you get a job, you work for 45 years, then you retire, and then you do your given hobby. And I didn't really want to do that. I wanted to do something else. And there were a few models in the community in the bigger city of Salt Lake City, people who had made a lot of money and were out doing things that were interesting in the world. And so at that point in time, I said, I don't really care how I make the money, but I need money to get me out of the situation where I need to trade my time for money. And so payments, I began starting companies. I got some reps in, and then I started Braintree with the means of like, this is something that can give me a financial outcome. I made a couple $100 million, which was enough money for me to pivot myself and say, like, how do I remake myself into something else? Because what I was really trying to do is do something that would be respected by the 25th century. I don't care about money. I don't care about the trappings of wealth. I really care about contributing to this larger project of intelligent existence.
I know you guys were also a very early partner with Coinbase on the crypto payment side. What was it that was sort of interesting to you in the crypto space?
I think we were the first company to adopt Coinbase. And it was so early. People had no idea what it was, and it was so clunky to pay with Bitcoin for a good. It was a new emergent form of finance and of payment, and there was a lot of curiosity around it. We were very willing to experiment, and we were basically just trying to wrap the ecosystem. We were indifferent as to where the money came from. We just wanted to be the rails to let it run. And so, yeah, we jumped in very early. And so if I would have stayed in payments, I guess I would like to imagine that I would have been like right in the middle of this whole thing over the past 13 years.
Is there any connection that you kept within the crypto industry of, I know you spoke at the Bitcoin conference last year. Like I assume you're sort of tangentially involved. What's your personal ethos around crypto?
So a lot of my friends are crypto natives, and they got in very early and they've built really significant companies in the ecosystem. And so one is I just have close personal connection via my friends. Two, there's a philosophy that I share with crypto where there's a basic premise of rejecting inflation, and aging has the same philosophical underpinnings, rejecting aging. And it's the slow death of an intelligent system. So I think we align very closely on that. So just philosophically, we're very similar. Then I think also longevity has such close adjacency to crypto. I find that when you look at the Venn diagram of what someone's interests are, longevity is typically the first branch out of interest from crypto.